Foreign exchange risk. This is your unit number 4. Under this chapter, we are going to cover the topic on exchange risk, types of exchange risk, and how to manage exchange risk through derivative market. Let's understand the meaning of foreign exchange risk. Foreign risk refers to the losses that an international financial transaction may incur due to currency fluctuations, also known as currency risk. Foreign exchange risk and exchange rate risk, it describes the possibility that an investment's value may decrease due to change in the relative value of the involved currency. Foreign risk is an unavoidable risk. The foreign exchange risk is caused by fluctuation in the currency rate. Uh, it is caused by currency fluctuation. Any appreciation and depreciation in base currency or any appreciation and depreciation in denominated currency will affect the cash flow generating from that transaction. So foreign exchange risk affects the investors and businessmen who are dealing in foreign exchange currency. The next point is types of exchange rate exposure. Here are four types of foreign exchange risk exposures. They are the first one, transaction exposure. Second one, operating exposure. The third one, translation exposure. And the fourth one, economic exposure. Let's see all the types in detail. The first one is transaction exposure. So what do you mean by exposure here? Exposure means you have risk or you have exposed to some risk. So let's understand the transaction risk or transaction exposure. So the transaction risk arises due to the fluctuation in exchange rate between the time at which contract or deal happened and the time at which the settlement made. Let's say Indian exporter and USA importer entered into a contract on the today's date, but the settlement will be made after 30 days. Here, Indian exporter is going to receive his payment in dollars, which is fixed as per agreement. But on the date of settlement, Indian rupee may fluctuate. So this type of risk is called transaction risk. This will change the value of the contract. Let's understand with one practical problem. Let's say an Indian exporter has obtained an order for supplying automotive brakes at the rate of 200 per piece. So at the rate of dollar 200 per piece. The exporter will have to import parts worth dollar 100 per piece. In addition, variable cost of rupees 3000 will be incurred per piece. Explain the impact of transaction exposure if the exchange rate, which is currently rupees 70 per dollar, moves to rupees 72 per dollar. Here is the solution. Exporter is generating a revenue of 14,000 on one piece on the exchange rate of $1 is equivalent to 70 rupees. And the cost incurred by an exporter on per piece in Indian rupees is 7,000 on import cost as a import cost, and variable cost is 3,000. So total variable cost he incurred is 10,000 rupees. And the contribution per piece is 4,000 rupees. Revenue minus variable cost gives you contribution, that is 4,000 rupees. Now let's see impact of transaction exposure. Due to change in exchange rate, the total revenue generated on one piece is 14,400 on the exchange rate of $1 is equivalent to 72 rupees. The cost incurred by the exporter per piece in Indian rupees is 7,200. It's a import cost, and variable cost is 3,000. So the total variable cost is 10,200. The contribution per piece or the profit per piece is 4,200. So here impact of the transaction is gain. Before the contribution was 4,000. Now after the change in exchange rate, here he is getting 4,200 as a contribution. So the impact of transaction risk is gain here of rupees 200. Let's see the internal techniques to manage the transaction risk. The first one is currency invoicing. Here, foreign exchange risk can be transferred to other party by a firm by invoicing its export in its home currency in the opinion of appreciation in the home currency. So let's understand this situation with this example. Let's say ABC Limited, which is based in India, export software for an invoice value 100 million US dollar. The spot rate is 45. Forward rate is rupees 46. If the forward rate is an indicator of future spot rate, in which currency should ABC Limited invoice? Will the position change if it were importing and not exporting software for a value of 100 million US dollar? So let's see when under export, the spot rate, the today's rate is 45 and the forward rate will be 46. So here you can see the depreciation in the rupee value against the US dollar. So here invoicing in forward rate will be profitable for ABC Limited. So it ends up getting more rupees. Hence it should invoice in forward currency or forward rate. So it is always profitable to invoice at 46 rupees. Then let's see what will be the situation under import. The spot rate is 45. Again the forward exchange rate is 46. So here again there is an depreciation in the value of rupee against US dollar. By accepting invoicing in foreign currency will be loss for the ABC Limited, because here it ends up paying more rupees. Hence it should not it should negotiate for invoicing in home currency, that is 45 rupees at the spot rate. The next one is leads and lags. The concept of releasing the payment at early in the opinion of depreciation in the home currency is called lead. The concept of delay in receipt of remittance in the opinion of depreciation in the home currency is called lag. Let's understand leads in with this example. The Poonam Product Limited had already received the invoice for Hong Kong dollars, that is 2,10,000. the spot rate is 6.50, and 60 days credit period is available for Poonam Product Limited, and the forward rate is 6.60. Determine whether Poonam product should avail the full credit period of 60 days or lead the payment. So here there is an depreciation in the home currency. If you see here 650, today's spot rate is 6.50 and forward rate will be 6.60. So there is a depreciation in the home currency. So Poonam product should lead the payment, because releasing payment early at 6.50 spot rate brings gain to the company. Let's see lagging. We'll see one more example under lagging. The Indian exporter has exported goods worth Kuwait dinar 20,000. Kuwait buyer has sought a credit period of 90 days. Exchange rates for this currency read as spot rate is rupees 154.10 and 3 months forward rate is rupees 155.80. Should exporter accept the credit terms or insist on immediate payment? Here, the exporter should accept the credit term, because there is an opinion of depreciation in the home currency against dinar. So, receiving payment after 3 months will be profitable for an exporter. Let's see the third one, netting. Netting reduces the foreign exchange risk by making and receiving payments in the same currency. Let's understand this with an example. Here, A company sells its product to B for rupees 50 and buys from B for rupees 25,000. So there is an internal transaction. The movement of funds will appear as shown in the below diagram. So here A is selling to B. In return, B is making payment of rupees 50. Yeah, this is the first transaction, and in second transaction B is selling to A for rupees 25,000. So the combined exposure of the companies A and B is obviously 75,000, but by netting the exposure is reduced to 25,000. So here, by making net payment reduces the risk, that is rupees 25,000 A has to I mean A has to receive from B. The next internal technique is back-to-back credit swap. Under this method, two companies located in two different countries agree to exchange loans in their respective currencies. Let's understand this with an example. Let's say Infosys MNC of India has a subsidiary in USA, while Microsoft MNC of USA has a subsidiary in India. The subsidiary of Infosys located in USA needs to raise a dollar loan, whereas the subsidiary of Microsoft located in India needs loan in Indian rupees. So here each parent company can advance loan to the subsidiary of other in their home currency. So here Infosys can give the loan to the Microsoft, and the Microsoft can give loan to the subsidiary of Infosys in the US currency. So here each parenting company is providing loan in their home currency. So this type of arrangement will reduce the exchange risk. The next one is sharing risk. Under these techniques, both the parties will split the profit or loss which arise from exchange rate fluctuation, that is the sharing of risk.